What's up, guys? My name is Tai Zen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. I'm broadcasting from District 1 in downtown Saigon. It's now called Ho Chi Minh City. And inside this hotel I'm at, they have a casino right above me that's only available to non-Vietnamese citizens. So you can see a lot of traffic coming up and down as I'm talking, okay? So just be aware of that. If you're wondering why all that traffic is behind me, that's the reason. So I'm inside this coffee shop, and I wanted to talk about the 100x and 1000x gains that you hear people talk about in crypto and explain if it's real. One of the things that I notice here in Vietnam is that sometimes people hear about these big numbers and they cannot tell if it's real or not. So I wanted to make this video to explain if a 100x or a 1000x profit is realistic or not in the world of crypto. Okay, so let me just adjust this real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so first of all, you know that most of the things that we talk about on this channel is this is a real world trading channel. So we only talk about the things that we have actually done, and we don't talk about theory or stuff like that. We talk about the real world stuff that helps you make life-changing profits in the crypto world. And our channel is focused on the people who want to grow and manage a portfolio to get to the 7, 8, 9-figure portfolios. So you hear often about people talking about these 100x and 1000x gains, and sometimes it sounds very incredible and really it's just so far-fetched, especially if you come from the traditional trading world and you don't know if it's real or not, okay? So let me just start off with me and my team and the guys on my team, on our trading team, and I'll share with you guys what we have done. If you ask us, hey, what is the most that you guys have ever made from a coin, okay? And I will tell you guys that hold on here real quick, guys. Okay. All right. I had to fix that flashing light in the back there. Okay. Anyways, the most that we have made on our team is, for me personally, right? It's going to vary slightly among each member of our team, but for me personally, the biggest gain that I have ever made was, I think, 200 and, let me just check real quick so I say the exact number here. I'm looking at my trade log. And 252. Okay. 252x is the biggest gain that I have ever made on a single trade since I started trading crypto. Matter of fact, it is the single biggest winner I have ever had in my entire trading career. Okay, so that 252x was on a coin called NEO. When it first came out, it was called Ant Shares, and later on it became NEO. All right, so that coin was actually my first, what do you call that? My first $1 million trade. That was the first time I ever made a trade where I made over $1 million in profit. Okay, so, and since then, I have not made any trades that even comes remotely close to the NEO trade of 252x gain. Okay, a 252x gain means that it's over 25,000% profit. Okay, 25,000%. That's 25 and then 0, 0, 0. I'm saying it clearly because the number is so big and so gigantic that it seems unreal. Okay, so when I made that, right, the market was not very mature. The crypto market was not very mature. Okay, and so I was able to make that because I'm going to tell you several reasons why it happened, and I'm going to tell you several reasons, explain to you why the probability that it will ever happen again to me in crypto in my lifetime, is probably almost 0%. Okay, and here's the reason why. The reason why it's not, whenever you hear people say 100x gain or 1000x gain, most of it is bullshit. Okay, most of it is all bullshit. Okay, the people who can make a 100x or a 1000x gain, right? Those gains usually happen because something happened to that trader where they cannot sell. There's a period of time from the time they buy that coin until they sell it. There's something happens to them where they cannot sell it. So, for example, we have one member on our team. He was hiking a trail in Spain at the time that his portfolio just blew up, just went up like crazy, and he couldn't sell it, right? Even though he wanted to, he couldn't because he was out hiking in the mountains in Spain somewhere. He had no internet access, no laptop, no nothing. So even if he wanted to sell, he could not sell it. So for my team members' experience in his situation, he was stuck in the mountains and did not have access to internet or to a computer, right? Now, we have another situation where we had another team member where he made, like 2, 3, 4, 500x on a coin in 2017. And most of the things I'm talking about, almost all of it happened in around the 2017, 2018 period, okay? The reason is one of our other team members was able to get a 200, 300, 400x out of a coin was because when they tried to sell it, they couldn't sell it. So they can only sell a little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. So they were only selling a few $1,000s each day because there was not enough liquidity, and by the market was growing much faster than they could sell it each day or each week. So it comes again. What it comes down to again is that this team member did not have a way to sell a large chunk at one time, and the market just kept going up. The coin kept going up, and up. Okay, so that's another example. There's another example I want to talk about is that sometimes, like for the example of like this did not happen to us, okay, but it's just a good example, okay. If you got into an ICO such as the Filecoin ICO, which is built on the IPFS network, depending upon which terms you selected, it could be 3 years. So if you got into the coin and it blew up, you cannot get all the coins until 3 years later. Again, because there was a lockup period. So what this means is that the reason why it gained so much X for anyone who bought Filecoin was because you could not sell it, right? So during the time that you're waiting to sell it, it goes up. So if you notice all these examples I gave you, right, the reason why it went up 100, 200, 300x is because the holder or the trader or the investor could not sell the coins, okay? Why am I telling you guys this? The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because whenever you guys hear somebody say that they make 100x or 1000x or anything like that on a coin, it's really going to be really hard for me to believe, okay? Especially in 2021, after the 2021 bull market, it's really going to be hard because most of the coins that you are going to be trading, a lot of them, they have enough liquidity to where you can sell it. And the way the ICOs work now and the way a lot of the new coins are released and even the old coins, it's really, there's not very many things that will hold you for that long to where you can get to 100x. Because I want you guys to think about it. Let's just say if you put $10,000 into a coin and it goes up to 100x, well then that will be $1 million. Now I want you guys to think about this mentally, okay? You sit there and your $10,000 goes up to 20, it goes up to 30,000, it goes up to 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, now you're at 10x. And it goes up to 120, 130, 140. It goes up to 200x, right? I mean 200,000, and now you're at 20x. Now, what do you think is going through your mind? Like, you think that mentally you are going to be able to hold on to that? I want you to think about that. Mentally, do you think that you're just going to just hold on to that $10,000 and then see it double, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and not take anything out, right? I'm going to tell you guys, in theory, it sounds amazing, like, you know, let it go up to 100x or let it go up to 20x or 50x, but the reality is you are not going to be able to do that. There's no way. And then the bigger your portfolio is, the bigger that amount is. So I want you guys to imagine if you put $1,000 in and it goes up 10x, you have 10,000, right? Your first natural instinct is to pull out 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 so you can pull out your principal plus some profits so that you don't look like a dummy and not making any profits on this, okay? The same thing happens at 10,000. The same thing happens if your principal was only 100,000. The same thing happens when your principal is $1 million. Now, the difference is that the bigger the amount of principal is that you put into that coin, the bigger the reward is going to be. And by that, I mean, I want you to think about this, okay? When I put in $1,000 and it goes up 10x, right? That's only a $10,000. So the $9,000 profit, is it going to change my life? Not really. Okay, when I was living in the city of Dallas in America, right? $9,000 is a nice chunk of money, but it's not enough to like make big changes in my life. Now I want you guys to think about this. If I, instead of putting in 1,000, I put in 10,000, and now it goes up 10x, that's 100,000, right? There's 90,000 of profit in there. Is that a big enough chunk to change my life? Maybe a little bit, but it's still not enough to make big changes in my life, okay? But now I want you guys to think, what happens when I put in $100,000 into that coin, and now it goes up to 10x. Now I have $1 million. Now I have $900,000 of profit. There is a lot of big things that can happen that can change my life with $900,000. I can leave the US, go back to Thailand, or go back to Vietnam or Laos and Cambodia, and I can retire like a king. Live like a king, live in a big old mansion, and just retire for the rest of my life and have no debt whatsoever, okay? I can buy a giant house in North Dallas and live very well, right? And be able to retire early, or if not retire, then at least live very, very comfortable, upper class lifestyle in America, okay? So that's life changing. So I want you guys to think about it. If you know that this can happen to you when you have $900,000 of profit on the coin, do you think that you're going to be mentally capable of holding it so that it goes to 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million? And the answer is no. The answer is that you will not be able to do that, okay? If you take 100 traders and you ask how many traders can hold $100,000 all the way up to $10 million, the answer is probably almost zero, okay? Whenever you hear somebody do that, it's because there is something that is preventing them from selling. And that is the reason why when it goes up, they cannot sell it. Okay, there is a reason why they cannot sell it. And if you guys look at it, right, I want you guys to imagine if you have $1 million and then it goes up 10 times. Now you got 10 million. You got $9 million of profit. You know how hard it is to hold on to $9 million of profit? Do you realize how hard that is? Do you realize how mentally stressful it is to try to hold on to 9 million so that it goes up to 20 million, or from 20 million up to 30 million? It is not easy, guys. Not too many human beings can do that. So anybody that tells you that they can hold a coin for 100x gain, or 200x gain, or 500x gain, or 1000x gain, right? To me, they're all full of shit, okay? Unless they can explain to me how the market prevented them from selling it, then I might believe it. But ordinarily, if the coin is already listed on a major exchange like Binance, like Coinbase, like Gemini, like Bitstamp, just any major exchange, and you tell me that you can hold that coin to go up to 100x, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. Now, you might do that with like a $10 investment, or a $20 investment, or a $100 investment. You put in $100 and you let it go up 100x and never touch it. Yeah, you might be able to do that if you live in the West, okay? But if you live like in, for example, in Southeast Asia, and you put $100 in and it goes up 100x, that's a lot of money. You're not gonna be able to just sit there and just stare at it and do nothing, okay? You're gonna wanna do something, okay? So the reason why I'm making this video is so that you guys know the reality of whenever somebody on their channel keeps saying that, oh, get into this coin, it's a 1000x coin or 100x coin, get into, XYZ coin because there's a 100x potential or 1000x potential, or get into coin ABC and there's a 100x or 1000x potential possible. I want you to realize that it's all full of shit, okay? It's all full of shit. And the only way that I can see how someone can get 100x, 200, 300x gain out of anything is if there is something in the market that prevents them from selling it, and then they're unable to sell it, so they just have to sit and wait for it until they have an opportunity. Otherwise, that is not a realistic a trading scenario, and not something that I would account for, right? And especially if they claim that they are a multi-million-dollar trader, that means that their portfolio is even bigger. That means that their bet sizes are bigger. That means that their position sizes are bigger. So if that's the case, then it's going to be even much harder to hold. So for example, like this is 2021 is the third bull market in our trading career. We went through the 2014 bull market, we went through the 2017 bull market, and then we went through the 2021 bull market, right? And right now, in each bull market, with the portfolio size that I need to manage, right? If I get a 3 to 5x return on it, I'm gonna be, ecstatic. I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be super duper excited, even if I get just a 1x gain on it, okay? Because when you trade a bigger portfolio, right, the gains are gonna be smaller and smaller, simply because mentally it's tougher and tougher and tougher to hold on to a bigger position, to a bigger gain. So when I only had $100,000 and it went up to $200,000, mentally I can hold on to that and grit my teeth and hold on to the stress and the pain, the mental pain, so that I can go to 300,000. But now when I have $1 million and it goes to 2 million, right, it's very tough to hold that 2 million to 3 million. And then when you have 10 million and it goes up 1x to 20 million, it's even harder. I mean, it's extremely difficult to hold it that long. Okay, now there might be bullshit traders out there that'll tell you that it's easy, right? You're welcome to believe them, but this channel is about real world trading and investing. And we specialize in helping traders grow and manage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio. So I'm just sharing with you the realities of what I do and what my team does. And if my team cannot do it, then I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that we can do it. Right now, that's just because we cannot do it. That doesn't mean that there's other people out there that can't do it. But if you guys do find somebody that can hold a $10 million position all the way up to 100 million without selling anything, and they know how to do that, please connect them with me, because I'll be happy to pay for them to coach me so I can know how to do that. All right. Thanks for watching this video, and make sure that you follow our channel and follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Thank you.